Today we're making my watermelon sweet tea from scratch. It's so simple and easy to make. Let's go make it. This recipe has been on the blog for a long time. It was one of the first drink recipes I ever created. It is so easy to make and so delicious. The base is my homemade Southern sweet tea. It's really simple. And then we're just adding in blended up watermelon. So if you have extra watermelon in your house, this is the perfect recipe to use it up. You can grab my full written recipe linked down in the description below. Just click that link. It'll take you over to my blog where you can print and save it at any time. Now let's get started making this sweet tea. To begin, you'll need a medium-sized saucepan, and then we'll add 4 cups of water to this. I like to just use filtered water from our pitcher. And then we'll add 3 family-size black tea bags. So I like to use the Louisiana brand. This is my favorite tea brand for making sweet tea at home, but you could use any. If you're using regular tea bags, then you'll need 4 for every one of these. So you'll need 12 regular tea bags. And then we're just gonna bring this to a boil over a medium-high heat. You wanna make sure you watch this. Do not let it boil. That is not what we want. Right before it starts to boil, it will start making a little bit of a noise. Make sure you take it off when that happens. But while it's warming, you'll just want to kind of bob these around and help it steep. Something I love about this tea brand is it's so cute. On the back of the tea tags, there's something cute like this, like specially blended for unplugging. And then they have all different kinds. They're specially blended for Sunday afternoons. They're just so cute. Just when it's starting to make a little noise, we're gonna turn off the heat and remove this. Now that our tea is off the heat, you're gonna wanna put it on some kind of heat protectant on your counter. And then you're gonna want to let this sit for 5 minutes on the countertop steeping. During this time, make sure you move the tea bags every now and then. Now that our tea has steeped for 5 minutes, you're gonna wanna let these drain. Don't squeeze them or else it could make the tea bitter. And we're just gonna discard these and set them aside. Now we're gonna add in some raw cane sugar and a tiny bit of baking soda. So I learned this tip in a few old Southern cookbooks and I realized some people use it, some people don't, and I actually really like to do it. So all of my sweet tea recipes have a tiny bit, 1/8 of a teaspoon of baking soda in it. What it does is it helps make a clearer tea, a smoother tea, and if there's any bitterness present, it takes that out as well. I really like adding it in. It really is optional if you don't want to, but I highly recommend it. It's a little bit controversial, but I add it anyway. Next, we're just gonna stir this until everything is dissolved. So this is our tea concentrate. And normally with a regular sweet tea, we would add more water to this after we put it in the pitcher. But instead of water, we're adding up some blended watermelon juice. Next, we're gonna need a pitcher. So I always like to put something under it. This is a borosilicate glass pitcher, so that means it can be cold or hot and it doesn't break because of it. I will leave my link down in the description below. I love this pitcher. It was not expensive at all on Amazon. And then I always like to use a little funnel. You don't have to, but this helps so you don't make a giant mess. My husband found this one for me on Amazon and I just love it. I use it all the time now. I was making so many messes, so he wanted to get me one. Now we're just gonna pour our tea concentrate into our pitcher. If I did not have this, I would be making a giant mess, which is why he got it for me. Now we're just gonna set this aside and blend up our watermelon juice. Next, you'll need 6 cups of seedless watermelon. Now, as you can see, there's little baby seeds in there. That is what a seedless watermelon has. It just doesn't have those big black seeds. So that's what we're looking for. You need 6 cups, and then we're gonna add this into a blender. Now, as you can see, all of my pieces are different size. That's completely fine. You just wanna roughly cube it. And then we're just gonna blend this for about 1 minute until it's completely blended up. Now, we're gonna want to strain our watermelon juice. I guess you don't have to, but it does make a smoother tea. Now, you could strain this directly into your pitcher, but I will make a giant mess, and I don't have a small enough strainer for that. That will strain it out good enough. So I just like to use the pot that I used before. It's already dirty, and I just put a strainer over this. You wanna do a fine mesh, and just pour this through. I love the color of watermelon juice. It's so beautiful. And then I'm just taking a spoon now and pushing this through. I really do like to do this. It just helps make sure the watermelon juice there's no pulp in it. There's no little bits of those little white seeds that are in there. As you can see, there's kind of this like pulp. We're gonna toss that out and then I'll meet you back here. Just like before, we're gonna grab our little funnel. Again, you don't have to do this. You can just pour it right in. And then we're just gonna pour our watermelon juice right into our pitcher. And then finally, we're just gonna take a spoon and we're gonna stir this to combine. Now, I highly recommend letting this chill in the fridge, especially because it's still a little bit warm. So that will take just a few hours, but it is best the next day. If you can let it sit overnight, the next day it tastes even better. But if you can't wait, that's okay. Just serve it over a little bit of ice and know that the next day the flavor will be even better. And that's how you make my watermelon sweet tea from scratch. It is so simple and it really hits the spot whenever it's a hot summer day. My husband and I love having this with supper. Tonight we're actually having it with homemade calzones. I'm using my homemade sourdough pizza dough and I'm making calzones with that. I'm gonna serve this with that. It's gonna be the perfect pairing. Some sourdough calzones and watermelon iced tea. Oh, it sounds so delicious. I cannot wait. If you'd like to check out another one of my sweet tea recipes, I have a peach sweet tea. I'll leave it here or here. Until next time, go serve God by loving your family one recipe at a time.